to In the Spotlight. This week we will be talking to Jacques, CEO of Survision, to find out more about their recent developments in the US and what they have in the pipeline. Jacques, why don't you begin by telling us a bit more about how Survision began and what you bring to the parking industry?
So Survision was created in 2001. Our business is to develop, manufacture, and sell the best possible all-integrated and real-time license plate recognition technology, cameras, basically. And in those cameras, everything is homemade, the hardware and the software. So we do everything in the camera, but we do only that. That means that we don't do anything else from the camera. We supply the camera to integrators with an SDK, and then the rest is theirs. So we are 100% focused on the LPR, and we are probably the only company which is 100% focused on LPR. We don't do anything else. Everything we do is made in developed countries, Western Europe and US mainly, which shows that it's possible to be efficient, even in terms of costing, while keeping the operation in the same countries where we are selling to our customers. We work through integrators. We have about 500 integrators in the world, in about 40 countries, 2,000 projects, 25,000 cameras deployed, more or less. And in that industry, our vision is that LPR brings a quite unique value to the parking, access control, security, and tolling industry, but specifically to parking. It's the most convenient and reliable and cost-effective technology to identify and track vehicles. And our belief is that this is going to be massive in the years to come, for many reasons, but the use of LPR, especially in the parking industry, will definitely be massive in the years to come, upon two conditions: that it remain cost effective and that it's really performing. So we are working on both sides, and we are manufacturing probably some of the most cost effective and more performing camera on the market. And we are meeting that goal through a permanent and massive effort in R&D, which is probably one of our specificity. R&D accounts for more than half the company's people and spending, so that's really key for us.
It's interesting to hear that Survision is so dedicated to R&D. In terms of operations, can you tell us more about your expansion into the US?
So we did set up a subsidiary, an LLC in Miami, a little bit less than 2 years ago. This subsidiary is in charge of selling the equipment and doing all the operations, not only in the US, but on the whole continent, from the north to the south, so from Canada to Argentina and Chile. Having said that, most of our operations are in the US and Canada, but we have very big projects also in Mexico, Argentina, and other countries. So this subsidiary is selling the equipment and doing all the operations around the selling of the equipment. So it means that it distributes the cameras, it does the support, it does the maintenance, the project management when there is some additional services to bring to our customers.
And why did you choose the US, and Miami in particular, as a base for your American subsidiary?
The reason why we did set up the company in Miami is because it's due to be, delivering cameras on the whole continent. So Miami is pretty central. The state of Florida is very active especially in tolling. So for many, and the fact that, of course, it's not too far from Europe, so that's easier to work between Europe and the US. So Miami was really obvious for us. We could have done that in other countries, but it's really in the US that the size of the market and the requirements from the customers in terms of proximity, in terms of local services, is really high in the US. So we came to the conclusion that if there was one country where we should set up a fully operational subsidiary, that was the US. And the investment is plainly justified by the size of the market there, which is really huge in parking, but in other segments too. We already have, with Survision LLC, tens of customers, projects in the US, Canada, Mexico, Argentina, Chile, and significant revenues. So it didn't last long before we did catch some very interesting projects in airports, shopping malls, etc., etc.
It's great that there are so many opportunities when operating in the US. What can we expect from Survision in the next year or so?
So for Survision, we think that in that industry, given the fact that it's so demanding in terms of R&D, size matters. By size, I mean the number of cameras we would manufacture and sell every year. For that reason, we will surely do some external growth, internal growth too, but external growth acquisitions, and some acquisitions are underway in order to increase the size and keep reducing the cost for our customers and increasing the performance, which are, as I said before, the two key things if we want to make of that technology a massive technology for parking lots. In terms of R&D precisely, we are pursuing the integration of artificial intelligence approach technology into our cameras in order to reach even higher performance and adding also new data about the vehicles. As far as hardware is concerned, we will issue this year a new police camera, very compact, very smart, smaller than everything that has been made up to now. It will be launched before the end of this year, and that will be really a revolution in terms of size and performance compared to what's available on the market today. We will also launch within the next 12 months a new version of our MicroPack 3, which will be dedicated to the US market, and that will be able to process all types of plates within the same camera, whatever the optical characteristic from the plates, whatever the state, whatever the type, whatever the jurisdiction of the plates. And all that, of course, is made for supporting the huge growth we are foreseeing for our technology, especially in the parking, but also free flow tolling and police forces.
It certainly sounds like exciting times ahead. We look forward to the new developments from Survision and seeing how video-based vehicle detection and identification technology advances in the coming years. Don't forget that you can read the full interview at parking-net.com. Thanks for tuning in and see you next time.